Alright, should we also have a look at the home maps just before I start the cast? Scheduling board. Semi-final. Yeah, sure, I'm here. You just saw my email. You're welcome. Here we go. Right, draft, I just showed that one. Thanatos picks Hideout, Bypass, and Gold Rush, and I left this open for reasons I cannot fathom. But they probably thought they would need 4 home maps for Best of 7, I don't know. They ban High Tides, Slopes. Oh, they banned Slopes. Island, not Islands. So jokes on you, Zeus, you're playing in a non-existent map, but I'll allow it. Okay, Cross and Quarry. I don't even remember what that looks like. Is that a hideout, another hideout clone? Hold on. I want to see what Quarry looks like. I barely ever saw that one played, I think. Ah, it's that one! That's the Pokeball. Right. So there's thin woodland on either side, and then there in the middle is sort of wide open high tides. We're not gonna see. We're not gonna see slopes. Unfortunately, that's a good map, best map of all these, but we're not gonna see it. And island is picked, not islands. I'll learn to write, man. Come on. It's called islands. It's 2 islands. If it's island, it's just nobody, you know. But with that out of the way, let's start the casting. I know I'll regret this already, unless it's a sweep, because yeah, we're starting pretty early here. Chinese Ethiopians, that's the first game. So Thanatos with the Chinese pick here goes right for the food, obviously. Starts with zero food with Chinese, instant loom, and let's hope we can keep that idle time at an absolute minimum, of course. It's already 10 seconds though, even with loom food, so I guess Thanatos doesn't have an idle or a loom hotkey. I don't either, so I don't blame him. Zeus with the Ethiopians, going to play the archers, possibly with the men-at-arms opening here on Arabia, we'll see. Presumably the players are in the higher end of the bracket, given the fact that this is the semi-final, but you never know, maybe it's random seeding as well, so surprises can happen. But as well, they're starting with HC4 Arabia, which is good to see. It's supposed to be that, not your go-to Arabia. And from DE, but HC4 Arabia. It's different. There are some hills, there's some neutral hunt here and there over to the sides. That's neutral, right? Yeah, because the hunt is in the back. Yeah, extra hunt. And yeah, pretty decent Arabia generation, I would say. Boars. I don't think this hidden cap 4 allows for elephants, because elephants and rhinos, they provide more food. So that's also a sort of an artificial boost to the food for your build orders, like we saw in King of the Desert, for example, where there was two militia rush kind of dominating. Thanatos, 32 seconds idle TC time with Chinese, not great, not bad. And pushing in the deer for additional food boost, so keeps 9 on board, just putting on the safe side here. And a first house between the woodlands here to provide a provisional beginning to the walls. It's a very open generation. I mean, it's definitely full wallable, but you'd have to go far. And that would be ambitious for the early stages of the game, right? I feel like Zeus would benefit from going a rush here. Maybe even an early men-at-arms as well. Ethiopians can easily... I think Ethiopians can pull off 20 pop men-at-arms without too much of a drain on their economy. But let's say just 21, which is more or less the meta these days. Yeah, you want to punish the Chinese early, even if they get that get loom right away. You could still idle their economy, right, and obstruct their food sources, like I guess not obstructed deer because the third one has been pushed in already, but yeah. Should I envision an early archers war here maybe? Chinese usually won't be going for the infantry openings like rushes or men-at-arms, but if you do, that's going to catch your opponent off guard because you never expect that from the Chinese. I'm actually going to an AOE LAN in Liverpool this weekend from Friday, so I need to prepare my alcohol intake as well to survive that weekend, which will probably be not just AOE but quite a few beer with AOE enthusiasts as well, so cheers. It's called LAN Madness, of course. LAN without a D, but LAN Madness. And no, it's not a Spanish player. It's an actual local area network party. 20 pop here for the Ethiopians, but that could still just be the straight archers. Another range going up here. Not gone to gold yet, but it's Ethiopians. They get 100 food, 100 gold once they reach the next age. So that's an indirect benefit there from the Ethiopians. It's essentially free loom and a free archer, if you look at it that way. Chinese went up super fast. 21 pop Chinese, yeah. I've seen 21 pop straight archers with Chinese before, so it could still happen. But thanks for noticing, Hoy. I didn't actually expect that from the... Yeah. Hello. I'll just be casually passing through here, take the hill advantage, maybe snipe one builder off you. Who cares about loom anyway? Here comes the barracks. That's going to prepare. Oh, that's clinical timing right there. That's just a couple of seconds before the feudal age hits in the feudal age sets in. The barracks is actually up. But what's happening here? Nothing. Is this scouts? Are we playing scouts? Chinese scouts against the Ethiopians' fast straight archers here? No. Is it past skirt? What's going on here? Seriously, what's going on? There's nothing on gold. No villagers on gold. How are we supposed to make archers with a 0 gold? This is going to be straight skirms here to hold off the Ethiopians. A fake FC, if you will, with skirm. No, going to gold down. Okay, we just forgot. This is semi-final jitters here. Some nervous reaction here. 4 on gold. Okay, it's a... Damn it, now I'm getting Meisel vibes here again. Meisel is an unconventional player. And he would wall early-ish, and he would probably do something like this. Though I haven't seen Meisel play Chinese in Money once a lot. And but the Civ picks checks out his Aztecs in the pick. And Lithuanians as well, a good monk sim. Portuguese, one of Meisel's favorites. Maybe I shouldn't completely ignore that this could be Meisel as well. He's a very solid player. He's peaked at way above 1600, I think, close to 1700. Why are there 3 Ethiopian scouts already out? Who the hell is this purple guy? I am truly confused now. We have a Chinese player going super fast up for what will be Scouts timing, but not going to gold until after reaching Feudal, which means that the initial Scouts and no initial Archers will be delayed, but I see some skirms in the queue as well, so it could be a reaction to a fast Ethiopians up here with the straight Archers, but the Ethiopian player already has Scouts out. I mean, it's a hidden cup, so they're free to meme around on each other and do whatever comes to mind, but this is fascinating. Here comes fletching a defense for the Archer Skirm mix of Thanatos here with the Chinese. And Zeus mainly with the Archer's Trickle now is only one range, right? Range, Blacksmith, Stable, all the buildings you need to go to the next age and more. And now about to find the woodland here. I mean, Thanatos has a weird approach here, but keeps that Chinese villagers lead as well. And has cheaper technology, so it's easier to afford everything here, of course, for the Chinese. But that Archer Skirm mix of the Chinese player, not to mention the early armor as well, is going to set back the Ethiopians' aggression quite a bit here. Nice micro here from Thanatos. It's 7-4 KD and cleaning up both Scouts and Archers here, so Zeus might need to mix in some skirmishes as well. Good work on idling both woodlands though. Still that steady trickle of Scout, I don't get it. I would never have thought it's steady to go this far, but he would be one to making Ethiopian Scouts, so maybe we shouldn't write off it's steady completely as well. Scouts and Archers for the Ethiopians here, and I never saw it coming. Ethiopians Scouts, they're even missing plate guarding armor. They do get Hussar though, which is something, but... And of course you'll add Scouts to deal with skirmishers, but it's nothing too crazy in the Ethiopians stable here to make use of. Scout Archers are a good composition if your opponent is doing trash defense. Yeah, okay, so I guess the Ethiopians player might have seen the fast Chinese up and expect just skirm defense, but it is admittedly a mix, and there's lots of gold being harvested by Thanatos here as well. Here goes the stable for the Chinese as well, so we might see some stronger Chinese scouts here. Catholics on the way as well. It could be a knight switch actually. Knights. There's no upgrades coming in for them, but honestly, just a couple of unupgraded knights here, even they clean this up. Zeus, the Ethiopians player here, is also on the way to the Castle Age and has kept the Chinese player outside of his own base so far this game. It's about to complete the walls, but it is a massive lead to the next, going into the next stage for Thanatos here, considering the age advantage and the fact that he might be able to drop a second TC very soon as well. No crossbows for the Chinese, no. Just mainly skirmishers here, but there's a switch into cavalry going on, right? And that second TC as expected to establish a villager's lead here. What yellow is this? I have no idea. It's the Hidden Cup, so we have in the sign-ups players from 1100 ELO up to almost, not quite, but almost 1900. But they're all playing under aliases, so we have no idea who's playing who. Delaware's Akkal says hoy. I'm flattered. Do you think I would make the semi-final in this wide ELO variety game? But I can assure you that I would pick neither of these Sibs for Arabia. So it's not me. Not Akkal confirmed. Papaya Pete is, I mean, if he says it, it's probably not him. But they're both likely to play scouts and archers with Ethiopians like this, so... Thanatos is assuming a villager's lead here, now has 2 TCs running, the second one is coming up for Zeus with Ethiopians as well. But undeniably there's a tech and eco advantage for the Chinese at this point. No real barrow for either player, however, judging the amount of farms, it's probably going to come in soon, at least for Thanatos over here. 3 TCs, I was wrong, I didn't see the third one, but 3 TCs now for the yellow player, against 2 for the Ethiopians, which means that the Chinese civilization here is going up. A good reaction there, knowing that tracking the crossbows all the way as well. Good reaction, pulling them away from the wood line. Look at the wood lines, by the way. There's no, I mean, yes, there's this wood line in the back for Thanatos, but that's the only one. You'll need to go to the corner or over here or wherever to get the proper wood line here. I guess you could, to some extent, you could say that about Zeus as well. There's only one wood line in the back. And Hoy says no wood upgrade for the Chinese. That is actually kind of weird for the Chinese, because they have a discount to all these upgrades. Elite Skirm is in for Thanatos here, but 5 Elite Skirms against 13 crossbows, really? Nikov confirmed. Yeah, I invited Nikov to impersonate Thanatos just to throw everyone off their guard. That's right. But there's no real barrow either, so it could be Nikov, yeah. Oh, look at the crossbow bands moving in now. They're gonna get some kills here for Zeus. Zeus could even out the eco difference here, but he's also subject to unsuccessful counter-aggression at home here. And these knights, they have, yeah, +1 defense. That's about all they have. Here goes a university for Thanatos, but it's only 9 skirmishers. What's that university for? Maybe an eventual ballistics for the skirms, but even if it's cheaper for the Chinese, it's going to cost you more wood than this. I like the elite skirm addition, of course, because Ethiopians will, in most cases on Arabia, they'll be going for the archers line units and getting some kills here. Zeus, that's 5-0. Thanatos didn't kill a single villager of the purple player, so this might turn around for Zeus here. Yeah, Zeus is actually sacrificing some crossbows here to get villager kills of Thanatos. I'm not hating the initiative here, because there's replenishment going on at home, and if these guys get enough value for the 11-0, maybe they're dead even on villagers now, but Zeus is still 1 TC behind here in the economy department. Just keep some stray crossbows over here. Yeah, ballistics for yellow, right? What's the ballistics for? It's for the 14 skirms here to hit their javelinas a little bit better. In theory, if you played Scuba Hoy, how close do you think it would be? In theory, I don't know. Good answer. Good answer. They're both making camels as well. That favors the Chinese, honestly, because the Chinese have better camels. They have bloodlines. They have, in fact, a full blacksmith upgrades for everything. 30 coming up for Zeus. Now Zeus has been doing some significant damage. We'll see about the camel investment though, if it's, as long as it doesn't over-invest in the camels, but sort of matches Thanatos' numbers here, or outmatches rather, then that's a good one for the Ethiopians here. And it's still Zeus being the aggressor here. Zeus has lost 2 villagers total, that's all. Yeah, camel dies to skirms, that's the fun thing about it. If you have enough skirms, the camel dies even to skirmishers. But that goes for any large enough mass units. Oh, fancy split there. Another TZ! That's the 5th TZ for a Chinese player here. Someone loves their macro here. But it's also a good investment to keep villagers safe from crossbow aggression like this. Zeus is... I absolutely can't say wasting crossbows here, but is losing crossbows to elite skirmishers here pretty rapidly. And needs to get some... Oh, that's a good hit. I was going to say he needs to get some mangonel hits in here to take out the crash units of Thanatos to really get back on track here with the army. It hits its own cavalier, unfortunately, but the crossbows will clean up the other one as well. And I will see if skirmishers are really OP here, huh? 2 mangonels still alive. No villagers forward to repair. I don't know where that other villager went, but it's here. Hey, R12 is with the raid here. Welcome, everyone. This is this is my clan, United Nations Hidden Cup. So that's why it says Thanatos and Zeus here. These are players playing under hidden identities. Unfortunately, AR12 was a little bit too high rated to be allowed in, otherwise he will be playing here as well. But I have something in mind for later. Here comes... Oh! What the fuck? What's going on, Thanatos? They're scared. They're scared. Okay, I guess it's the pathfinding that the camels went in a different direction than you actually clicked here. Fast him. Sure, if you consider 37 minutes fast. But I get what you're saying, Yo-Yo dude. We're going to go to Imperial Age here with the Ethiopians. Unlocking Seed Ram, Bomber Cannon, Arbalest, obviously. And probably not to be seen, but Onager as well. So, I'm too lazy to add a United Nations Hidden Cup command, but the idea is this is a 16-player bracket. I played myself as well, with elos ranging from 1100 to 1850, 1900-ish. Random seeding, hidden names. So there's lots of meme potential playing with hidden identities like this. Faster than Thanatos, Kappa? Yes. You're right. You're right in that remark, Mr. Yo-Yo Dude. Oh, it's a great escape over here. Castle going up on the middle hill. That's actually a... Isn't that a decent castle, actually? It covers this gold. And it won't quite reach Zeus's third gold, but... It's also not too far off. But Imperial Age is in for Zeus, and Thanatos just clicked, meaning that Zeus has a moment of... Yeah, has the momentum here to do some serious damage in the next age. He's getting our Bracer, probably going to get Chemistry as well, because he obviously has a university somewhere to research ballistics. And villagers should not be able to deal with the rams here with arbalists firing at a distance here. It's a slight eco lead for Thanatos here. They're both still with resources in the bank, but Zeus is on stone now and preparing for what I can only assume will be a forward castle somewhere. There's two castles for Thanatos though, so maybe not a forward castle, but a more safe one at home here to contest this one, maybe. Yeah, I think maybe Zeus's first castle might be going up over here. It's either going to be here, or it's going to be forward to, like, here to deny 2 of the secondary golds of Thanatos, who has expanded cleverly to the sides here to secure wood access where Zeus doesn't have it scouted. And has also got some gold access over here. But there's that Imperial Age power spike though, and if you look at the numbers as well, 39 to 7 here, or 9 army. Massive army and army strength advantage for Zeus, because Thanatos going into Imperial Age also needs to get the proper upgrades for the army's military. Imp into GG, possibly. I mean, it still has wood and gold. You could spam a lot of arbalesters with this kind of wood and gold income. Greedy boom without eco upgrades didn't pay off. Still only double weight and horse collar actually for Thanatos, so yeah. Yo-Yo Dude has a point. And the arbs are really... The arbs are, I mean... Zeus thinks it's Saracens at this point. It's just taking out buildings with arbalest masses here. Securing the goal over here as well for Zeus. It's going to be trebuchets popping out for 2 castles for Thanatos here. But still the army numbers. Bombard cannons now going from Zeus, meaning the bombard cannons can take out trebs from a distance. And the builders moving forward for I don't even know what they're up to here. Is there a castle foundation? What's going on here? They're going... I'll take that gold, thank you very much. I need that gold. So I'll just send 15 builders forward to take this gold, since you're fighting over this one at my base. 54 wood, 17 gold. Not very often you see these numbers, but and still is making skirmishers with 22 on food. Obviously makes sense because the Ethiopians arbalists, they do fire faster, but wait, what? What? Okay, I guess these are deemed expendable at this point. That means that this gold is going to be exposed to elite skirmishers. Either you fight these off with builders, or do you need something to deal with those from a distance? But I guess Zeus doesn't really care. Zeus is consistently spending resources here, is able to afford siege ram somehow, has some bombard cannons out as well, and has made more arbalesters at home base to keep pushing into Yellow's side. But looking at the situation now, the eco is evening out, the military is evening out as well. In fact, Thanatos has more military now, has dealt with the castle at Zeus's home base, but the fact that Zeus is adding some light cam now could be an issue for the skirmisher investment on Thanatos, which is his main army composition at this point. Are skirms overpowered? Ask Dennis. And yeah, Zeus has only lost 9 villagers this game, so obviously Zeus's home economy hasn't been touched for ages, and that's playing into Thanatos' favor here. It's a slight population lead for Thanatos, but it's mainly skirmishers, some knights being mixed in as well. I don't understand the knights here other than for potential raiding purposes at Zeus's home base, but I mean, there's Ethiopians arbs out on the field. Yeah, Cavalier coming in. I don't understand the Cavalier investment here, even with the +2. none on gold right now for Thanatos. There's going to be some gold mining happening over here. But Thanatos really shouldn't be able to turn this around and win. But Will the Beast says otherwise. Didn't miss my sick Arabia win, so Will the Beast is confirmed yellow here. He's going to replenish his TCs and turn this game around and win it against the Ethiopians here. To be fair, there's still gold access here. This one is up for grabs. You could TC it, you could not castle it because there's not stone for that. But look at yellow scouting. Look at yellow. Yellow hasn't touched Zeus's base at all. Or barely. In fact, yellow hasn't scouted Zeus's home base since there was a big main gold going on here. Ethiopians Hussar coming in. I mean, there's raiding potential here for the purple player. Cavalier should eat these rams, no problem. With 33 on gold, you should just go Shotel. Yeah, Shotel would work here, but there's no castles will, so where do you make your Shotel warriors? Is there a new unique tech for Ethiopians allowing them to produce Shotels out of barracks I don't know about, or? Zeus, almost 30 army level Thanatos with 1 treb, but otherwise mainly trash. Some Cavaliers in the mix. Yellow could still turn this around, I guess. There's 53 on farms now. But I mean, there's not enough Ethiopians arbs here. I mean, yeah, there's quite a few elite skirmishers from the Chinese as well, but is Zeus going to let Thanatos back into this game? Thanatos with the increasing skirmisher mass now, 36 skirmishers. Skirmishers OP according to Maisel in the chat here. But I mean, if you had the castle here as the Ethiopians and the unique technology, the Royal Arets, you would be producing Shotels in no time, and there's 42 on food as well, so that would be an easy addition. 3 ranges for purple. Yes, correct. Chinese have really good Cavalier. What's really good about the Chinese Cavalier, though? It's What? What? Alright, Zeus is out-armied. Thanatos turns it around. Zeus with some massive aggression going on, but fails to close it out. I mean, it feels familiar. I'm not gonna lie. Thanatos had a better eco approach, but that's one serious comeback with the Imperial Age advantage. Oh, look at this. The uptimes here too. Sorry, the uptimes to Imperial by they're 4 minutes apart. And there were quite a chunk of arbalists here as well. Zeus did waste quite a few crossbows, arbalists, archers throughout the game though. Feudal would upgrade minute 52. Well, if it wins you the game. But there's no reason not to get them with Chinese though, it's cheaper. But I guess Thanatos had other priorities. Thanatos wanted to make skirmishers, so this is Umuten is confirmed. Zeus overestimated his position. Yeah, maybe the extent of it was not good enough. The siege ram made sense, of course, but there were only a few rams at a time, so they didn't do nearly enough. Guess we're going to give Thanatos this one here. Hussar lost the game. There was eco for other options for sure. And also the Hussar upgrade, that's basically the gold of almost 3 bombard cannons, isn't it? Isn't it? Automod wants to wants to deny Papa IP the message of "I hate Ethiopians late game." Yeah, stop that racist talk, Papa a bit. I allowed this one for now, but thanks Automod, Nightbot. Alright guys, second game. First home map of, yeah, it's going to be Zeus home map then, and it's going to be either Islands, Cross or Quarry. First game was won by the Chinese somehow against the Ethiopians. Britons and Lions banned. Surprise, surprise. These guys don't like archers. These guys don't like Scuba Steve, you know, unless he's playing himself. We don't know that. It's the semifinals, so Scuba Steve is probably here. Italians Vikings for Islands. Uh-oh. Could be a long one. Could be a long one. But let's go. No Portuguese. Italians, business, Saudis, and Koreans. That's a lot of strong islands tips though. No Portuguese. It didn't get picked for islands. Who the hell drafts islands and does not pick Portuguese? I mean, Italians, Vikings, that's fine as well. Vikings could be a counterpick to a potential Portuguese, but Zeus obviously can't pick Portuguese. So Thanatos secured both Portuguese and Vikings. Okay, that's why. So it's going to be, it's Vikings, Italians here. Islands home map, Scuba confirmed. That's not even a Kappa. That could definitely be Scuba Steve. Could definitely be. Okay, Zeus with the Italians here. Italians cheaper, advanced 15% discount on all the age apps, which is a huge advantage on islands potentially, because you need to get to the feudal age ASAP to spam your naval units, control disease, and you'll support that with a cheaper Castle Age and Imperial Age if need be as well. Of course, you could go for a landing as well, a landing play. I'm not envisioning this within the Italians-Vikings matchup. They probably both have a plan for these naval maps. And we will not see any landing, and not see any early landing anyway. They'll be fighting for the seas. Vikings don't get fire galleys, and Italians admittedly have that discount to go up first, so it's a good chance that Zeus goes for an earlier feudal age than the Vikings here to start out with fire galleys, and then mix in galleys later on to contest the Vikings galleys range. Of course, Vikings really shine in the Castle Age onwards with their longboats, the second unique unit for the Vikings, but you need to get to Castle Age to get to that, so has to be some contesting in the meantime of the waters, I'd say. But this is Islands, and this is me casting. Don't have enough bullshit to talk about, so let's just speed it up since it's recorded games and see what the feudal age brings. Backdock for Thanatos here. Don't tell me Thanatos actually wants to go for a fast Castle Age approach here. That seems like suicide on Islands, but could also be that Thanatos hates naval maps and just wants it over a bit. But then he wouldn't be picking Vikings, then he would be saving Vikings for a land map and play a shit civil and naval side. Peculiar, Lumbercamp there, starting at the wrong side, but this is good placement as well, because that's not rangeable by any means from the sea, from enemy units. Let's slow it down. We are in the feudal age. We have this third dock coming up for Zeus here. Zeus's home map. Zeus certainly knows his way around this map here, but Thanatos is up as well at similar population, massing up the galleys in the back of the map over here. So the advantage of backdock like this is that you get to mass up more units before you have to take a fight. The obvious downside is that you can't be aggressive in the same way as Zeus will be with the Italians. Zeus goes for the fire galleys. Zeus doesn't have any scouting intel on Thanatos' side. It's expecting there to be docks forward here now. This is playing right into Thanatos' hands, to be honest. Because there's 4 more galleys in the queue, 2 galleys out. And you can hit and run like a madman with these galleys. This is not looking good for Zeus's... oh, wait. Yeah, Zeus should never be able to catch up with a fire galley here to... oh, wait, what? 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 It's fine. It's fine. What's the movement speed actually? 130 to... 143. Yeah, galleys are much faster because they are designed to hit and run. Oh, Zeus. This is not looking good for your fire galleys. Well, there's 1 galley as well. There's 4 galleys and 4 fire galleys, in fact, and it's 3 docks to 3 docks. But in order to deal damage, proper damage to the galleys with fire galleys, you need to... because Dravidians were not drafted, and they were not banned or anything either. They're simply not in the draft at all. It's a pretty new sim, so that's probably why. So this kind of makes sense. You have a fire galley in front, and then you have galleys behind to chase with a hit and run. So the fire galley acts like a meat shield. If it gets close enough, you'll get to take out... you get to take out the ships as well. Thanatos lost a will to board. Yes, indeed, the Vikings player did. So that's a rough start for the yellow player. But they're nearly matched in numbers here. Looks like Zeus is full on galleys now. Is as consistent production as the Vikings. Thanatos is dropping a market here now. Might be feeling like the eco's a bit off, or just wants to manipulate resources to go up to the next stage more quickly. That's sneaky fire galley in the back there, but only gets 1 galley in the to trade there. That's nothing of consequence in that regard. But moving 1 ship around, that's actually... whose move is that? I've seen that sometimes. I think that there was someone talking about that pincher move a while ago. Okay, this is not... they both have fletching, so this is totally advantage Thanatos in the back here. It's... they have as consistent production here, but Zeus is losing slightly more units here. Gathering up though with yeah, still outnumbered. Oh, it's risky of Zeus to try and take these engagements here. So, oh no, taking 3 hits here. This is playing right into the Vikings' advantage, and Thanatos is going up to the next age with 41 eco here and a military advantage as well, unlocking war galley, unlocking longboats if need be. And there are definitely exposed economy areas here for Zeus to hit. So maybe it's time for Zeus to think about a distraction, like make a landing or something on Thanatos' side, because Zeus is, in my eyes, clearly losing the waters here. It's a military lead for the yellow player for sure. Massively outnumbered here. Could it be GD at Castle Age here? Thanatos Thanatos with the numbers advantage, with the easily affordable War Galley and Bodkin upgrade here, is going to have such an advantage, even if Zeus is only 40 seconds away. Zeus is outnumbered. Uh-oh. German text, huh? Hoi, is this you? Deno, is this you? Deno will have purple, so it's not Deno, you know, unless they're switching up colors on purpose. Well, that's a German text from whoever submitted these recording games. I've been mixing them up, so we don't know who's submitted which games. Could be Meisel as well. Meisel has the game in German. And I know Meisel did improve his naval game at some point very significantly. That's like 1.5 to 2 years ago. I'd go to Marshall Islands. Okay, so not Hoy confirmed that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Has to be someone familiar with the naval play. We could keep Scuba Steve as a working theory as well, of course. Thanatos now takes the opportunity while Zeus is over to the side here to take out at least one of the Italian stocks here, maybe more. No landings happening, such boring people, these guys. Scouts got hit, but somehow dodged the projectile even so. Ooh, now we're talking forward here for Thanatos here. We want some easy reinforcements forward here. And for the late game to add some naval siege weapons from this area, maybe. Looks like Zeus will be losing the last of the fish here now. He's getting ballistics, that's already in for Thanatos, unfortunately. Vikings with that instant wheelbarrow and handcart that really benefits their land economy. Looks like Fontok is for fish. Yeah, you're right. It's not a fantastic fish dock though, but I guess it's going to serve the purpose. Thanatos just light military advantage now. Zeus is hanging in here. Zeus is hanging on there, just now getting ballistics as well, so they're tied in upgrades here. Are we going to see some longbows added for the faster firing rate and raiding potential later here? Oh, unfortunately, Zeus is running into an outnumbered situation again there. That's such a great fight for Thanatos there. Suddenly, it just turns it around. They were even out in numbers. Their eco situation is similar as well. Slightly more fish for Thanatos, but Zeus taps out, loses the first home map, and meets a better naval player here, apparently. Look at it's almost mirrored in the approach of upgrades here, but ideally, as the Italians, you should be earlier to all of these because you have a cheaper transition through the ages. But definitely, even though it's a 2-0 now for Thanatos, Zeus is putting up a fight. Quite similar ecos. Comparable uptimes as well, just 3 seconds apart to the fuel age, a little bit more to the gas stage. Not too crazy, but Zeus did get a little something out of that faster next stage as well. Yeah, let's go to the draft first, actually. That would be Vikings winning against Italians, right? And our next map would be Cross or Quarry. Oh, I'd love to see Quarry, but let's see. Quarry! Khmer Malay coming up. 2 civilizations that can go very quickly up on these semi-closed maps. I will call it a semi-closed map, right? Because this is essentially open, the middle crossing here. Yes. Plate on mouse cord. Okay, because it's eating while they're playing. Is that it? Okay. If you say so. Okay, so there's quite a bit of hunt in the middle here. 17 huntables or more to be pushed in. So there's going to be a fight for the middle here. There's some gold as well. If you look to the sides here, there's a thin line of trees here where the players will probably just drop an outpost or just a layer of walls to keep a little bit of extra security here for the mid-late game. So it's like a pseudo hideout, but spread out differently here. I don't know why there are patches like this, but it's probably just a spawn design failure. I don't know. Zeus goes straight for the pushing though. Already an indication that we could see some real fast Khmer uptime here. Scouts with the sheep to find the extra resources to the sides. And is there only one boar maybe because of the extra hunt in the middle? Could be. No, there are 2 boars, never mind. Standard resources. I just didn't see that one. That bad boy over here. Stick with the colors, by the way. It's going to be yellow versus purple here. So Thanatos is Viper confirmed. He's playing yellow, of course. And yeah, here's the commencing on the wall up, right? A couple of houses going down forward. I want to see some palisades as well, and Zeus just keep pushing in the hunt here, going to wall, semi-wall in to keep the berries safe here as well. The relic could act like a part of a wall as well, but that could backfire if the opponent sends a monk forward, right? So don't feel too secure with a relic as a part of your wall. Thanatos gets the first hit there, so Zeus loses 2 HP. What? It's because of the armor. Because of the elevation disadvantage. So only 2 damage taken there to Zeus's scout. Still hope for a scout fight here. In other words, they're both walling off. They're setting up for a later game here. A little bit of a de-aggro trick here, maybe on the board. As Thanatos is bringing in the second one here. I'd love to see a Khmer Monk Siege push here against the Malay. They can go up so quickly, but so can the Malay. But it's like a closed-ish kind of map, right? So I think that would have some merit to it with some fast Cattle Age play here by the Khmer, even if the Malay can match that with comparable monk technologies and uptime. Speed. There it is. That's going to be a feudal. Oh, it's a 19 pop feudal. Is Zeus going to go for the scouts here with the Khmer? I don't think it can be. It could still be a fast archers, of course, because the Khmer don't really need any prerequisite buildings to. Yeah. Why am I dreaming about the scouts? This is going to be the fast archers by the Khmer player here. It's all been pre-planned here. Why did they take the second boar? Probably didn't need it from pushing all those deer, but that does sacrifice some scout intel as well. I don't know if Boar was hiding in one little piece of Fog of War, or Zeus was just happy with the deer pushing, not stressing that second Boar at all. Here comes the rush from Thanatos here. Malay rush incoming. Believe Zeus did spot that one coming up, and the feudal age is going to bring an archery range as well. Oh, didn't finish the walls in time! Ah! This could hurt, but the small walls are coming up here. You need to conserve the gold, so that's just one gate away, I guess. But the berry food is off limits, and if Zeus was ever going for the scouts here, which isn't the case, then that would be severely compromised by the lack of food on the berries, but not quite the case. Scouts still alive for Zeus as well by good margins. Here comes the first range, and it looks like that's just one tiny house foundation away from keeping the Drush aggression out as well. Oh, here they come again. Oh, Garrison! 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 Get in! Oh, there's the trap from Zeus! Thanatos takes some decent damage there, and once that range completes, that's going to allow for some archers to pop out as well, which will, yeah, just clean out this Drush aggression, no problem. Thanatos here up at 25 villagers to the next stage, as Zeus is just pounding away the walls with the scouts. That's gonna take a while to get through there, although we did take 1/3 of the HP already. Eco upgrades coming in for the Malay here, and looks like Zeus wants to drop that one tower to break through here and allow his archers to move forward and obstruct the Malay economy at home base. Here comes the tower. Does the Malay player see it? Oh, that's a nice tower. It's perfectly hidden outside of the line of sight of the Malay player. The Drush is still active, but yeah, I mean the first few archers will clean that up. No problem. Thanatos really likes his horse collar, but Bita double attacks isn't that important. Well. I guess you'll have to ask for Thanatos' only farms account, Papaya Pit, to get the answer to that. First archer is out as well. Do we have a blacksmith at home base? Not really. Drush still kind of alive, but 2 archers with the elevation advantage. Yeah, they're gonna clean this up, I think. It delays them though, so the Drush is still accomplishing things, but now Zeus is with the middle control here. Look at idle time. Well, that's what you can get for these ultra fast Khmer uptimes. At least he has double bit axe, right? Oh, gold mining in the middle. Why would you? Isn't that a lot of gold? 9, 10 on gold for Zeus, 6 on 6 on wood. I guess Thanatos is going to go into skirmisher defense now, is he? It's only a matter of time until the Zeus's armies break through. They're both investing into that one tower as well. I'll take 19 pop requires that. Nah, you could get by with lower idle this time, even with 19 pop up, that's true. Only one range, yeah. One range for both players, but the blacksmith is up for Zeus. That is also the case for Thanatos, but the upgrade isn't in yet. Zeus is in, guys. The purple player about to obstruct the economy of the Malay player here. Pretty healthy farming economy here. Thanatos might be planning the elephant rush here, looking at the farming economy. But that's not quite going to work out. Yeah, and because the berries got compromised, right, Hoy? So that the Drush hit the berries at some point. So that also sets Zeus back here. Speaking of Zeus, why are you wasting archers to easy fire? Zeus eat DC. Oh, DC eat Zeus. That's more like it. Yeah, so I think the Drush actually had value for Thanatos. It didn't look that great to begin with, but it did take Zeus off the food, and Zeus for some reason took the second war way after going to the feudal age. Here comes the second range for the Khmer as well. So we're committing to the Archer's play by the Khmer here, beating Thanatos handily to the Catholic as well, I think, because Thanatos won't be clicking up anytime soon. At least it's Malay, right? Yeah, he's transitioning now to try and get up, but it's still going to be, I don't know, 1.5 minutes apart. 1 minute. It's not that bad actually. It's about 1 minute. I'd expect it to be more for Thanatos here in the transition, and as I say, that Khmer is Zeus is losing the forward tower as well, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, that 66% faster uptime is really paying off here. And the tower is also sort of denying Zeus efficient entrance here, right? Catholic is in, Zeus is dropping a siege workshop in the middle, assuming the middle here. Neither player has scouted the sides or tried to make an effort to break through for any attacks here. No B-attacks to get up earlier. Zeus was first though, so that doesn't apply. Her friend has crossbows in, but so might the Malay player. Only 5 archers though for Thanatos here, with the 2 ranges now producing. So the Khmer player is going to stay 1 TC here and push. Thanatos might actually, I guess, could in theory add a second TC. Oh, double attacks! Double attacks hype! We're not waiting for minute 55 this game to get to not get double attacks. We're actually getting that wood upgrade. I guess Thanatos realized that something was missing here for wood income. Keep in mind they're playing on... Oh, it's open. They're playing on... hidden accounts as well, right? So you have to set your hotkeys. You have to set your hotkeys again. And I don't know who uses hotkeys for double attacks, but if someone is somehow dependent upon the hotkeys for tech upgrades as well, that could be a reason why Thanatos still isn't getting it at the timing where players usually get it right. So that could be a hotkey mistake as well. But this is the third game, so also presumably the hotkeys have been sorted by now. And there's also 3 rounds into the tournament, so yeah, etc, etc. So if you keep forgetting your hotkeys, you deserve to lose. Nice dodge here, great Archer's micro. If not for the... Wait... This could also be it study because there's lots of micro and to some extent lacking eco management to the sides. So why are you over here? You're just peeking. Who wouldn't just copy paste the hotkey file though? I would, or I would not, rather. But I'm just using classic hotkeys, so I've basically only set one new hotkey since 2002, so I don't need to. I just set classic hotkeys and then I set my select all easy hotkey and I'm good to go. More siege weapons in the queue here is Scorpion being added as well. Thanatos gets an eco lead here. They're both at 1 TC, but Zeus has significantly higher idle TC time here. It's also outmatched in crossbow numbers in the middle, though Thanatos won't be able to break through just yet. The Scorpion from behind here and the Mangonel could clean this up easily though. But the forward mass has been lost and that's a setback for our purple player as well. Almost another beautiful attack ground there from Thanatos. And now the second TC being added. Oh, being rushed at impact here. So Thanatos really wants consistent wood access. Why here though? Why not in the back? This is really huge wood line is. Huh. Well. Still an additional TC and Thanatos is defending into pushing back yet again. Here is through on Zeus's side. He dodges the siege weapons of Zeus from inside the siege workshop here. No more siege weapons in queue. Zeus does not have any gold income whatsoever because he's pulling them away from the mine where the crossbows are about to enter. And Thanatos with the trees. Is this another sweep? Come on! This is semi-finals now. We need some more action here. Anyway. Let's look at the statistics first, then at the one remaining home map, I guess, of Thanatos. No, of Zeus. We've used islands, we've used quarry. So we're going to go to Cross next. Similar to Four Lakes, but also not similar as it has fewer fish and also relics in the corners of the map in addition to in the middle of the map, so it should play out quite differently. Not any huge eco madness going on here. Okay, so it's going to be Cross for the last one. Let's just toggle the sims first. Malay winning. They're pretty solid on these closed, semi-closed maps though. We're going to Cross next, where it could be Japanese or Byzantines. I guess I'll go with Japanese against Lithuanians for Cross. Lithuanians can be amazing on Cross because you could go straight to wood and then drop your dock nice and early and have a consistent fish pool. Need to be good jars from Thanatos in order to maintain the pattern in the draft. Yeah, true. Star, star, star. Well, snipe, star, star, star. Maybe. And also, Thanatos is up 3-0, so he could do anything at this point. Game 4. Of course he gets admin loss, but it's Japanese. Yeah, I got it right. Woohoo! Bonus points for Akkal.
Yes.
Thank you, 14. Yes. Wait. Okay, it's not going out. I was wondering if it's going to go out to lame already. I still think it might be Nikov. I'll make sure to invite him for the next United Nations Hidden Cup. Zeus with the Japanese, faster working fishing ships. The fish is significant on this map. There's some deep fish, not a crazy amount, but huge enough that you need to take it and contest it off your opponents. So there's 4 lakes as the cross. It's a big fat cross, but it's called 4 lakes in the ranked queue. That's a bit of a different map, but comparable. Take the corners, get your fast and essentially free fish income compared to seeding farms that cost 60 wood, and you get your economy rolling like that, right? These sheep are far in the back. That's going to take a while to scout. Zeus really enjoys the early deer pushing here. So maybe we'll see a crazy early Japanese men-at-arms infantry play here. A Drush maybe. Drush to get the walls up. Drush FC into crossbow arbalest. Whereas Thanatos with the Lithuanians is just about to drop the dock in the back here now. You'll see that he went straight for the lumber camp and fine builders on wood. Inspired by survivalist's build order for this kind of map. Presumably because with Lithuanians you start with 150 extra food, allowing you to focus on other resources for longer before you start focusing on food to keep your town center working. Uh-oh, TC trick. Could it fail? Could it fail? No, it doesn't. Akkal, when they hit fuel, do you mind checking the gathered res? No, Papaya Pit is asking the very specific questions here. I think he might be one of the semi-finalists. I'll have a look. I'll try to remember. Also, Denno has been suspiciously silent, so maybe he's... he doesn't want to risk spoiling his own game, or is just not here anymore. Just curious to see how these two ships seem to match up. Yeah, makes sense. First fishing ship out for the Lithuanians first. That's probably expected. But then again, it's the Japanese. The fish income is... they're faster. Not being here is the most suspicious of all. Well, it's not live wildebeest, so... Be nice, Will. I'm going to sit next to you for a whole weekend. You need to behave. But you're gonna make us breakfast, so I guess I'm going to have to be nice to wildebeest as well. Penal schedule my penals match that weekend. I mean, wouldn't that be the ultimate hidden final though? Sitting at LAN, making everyone think you're busy, and then you're actually playing your final on that hidden account in Liverpool at the barracks. I think that would be good. Oh yeah, players still left with their sheep. Second lumber camp coming up for the Lithuanians here, so it's going to be the scouts. It's not going to be the fast castle approach here. There's only one dock for now. Scouts against Japanese, it seems a little bit risky as well, because the Japanese have faster attacking infantry and they have a few spears to defend, and Zeus should be fine here. They're reaching the field edge at very similar uptimes here as well. Zeus, however, has a higher idle DC time and is going to go for the straight archers by the looks of it, with the 3 villagers going to gold just now. Ooh. I mean, it's about the idle time as well, right? But that's still a convincing eco advantage for Lithuanians this early. Even if it's 4 fishing ships to 3, the Japanese fish work faster as well. And oh, Zeus missed 2 sheep. Maybe that's why he's been lagging behind there. Oh, look at the sneak dog! I'm talking about scouts here, but this is going to be about contesting the corners. A perfect sneak in the corner here. Yeah, but it's evening out though. Neither of them are in the feudal age just yet. They're reaching at the same time. But it's 300 more resources for Thanatos, right? With the Lithuanians. 4 fish, 3 fish. I can't be Zeus, I would never be Cross. Oh, great. Great spot by Zeus here. One villager down for Thanatos here. Nice. He did lose 1 to Gaia the previous game on islands as well, though. And recovered nicely from it as well. It would definitely be closer with less idle TC, because you'd have more villagers working consistently. But it should still be advantage Lithuanians if played correctly. But I'm also surprised that only 4 fish, but it's probably because there's 6 deep fish here. They don't want to over-invest either. Now let's have a look at Doc here. Does Zeus know what's up at all? No, he doesn't see the sneak at all! Doesn't see the sneak, Doc, and that could be 4 Japanese fishing ships going down for Zeus. They're hungry here. Try German humor, by the way, to make these names of Zeus, so it has to be one of the German players, right? Deno or German speaking, sorry, I don't want to discourage Hoi in the big scheme of things here. Fish traps? Nah. Not yet. Maybe not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 patches. Maybe you're right, Will. It's 8 patches of deep fish. That's nothing too crazy. Sneak stable! Sneak stable! Forward stable for the Lithuanians. The sneak docker in the corner also drops a forward stable. You can tell that Thanatos is confident here now. Thanatos is taking out the admittedly very tanky Japanese fishing ships over here. And also going for the fast Lithuanian skirmishers here, taking the hill advantage. They do move faster, but not getting the most fantastic value. Stable back to point off forward. Look at the eco as well. Thanatos is. Look at the sneaks here. It's a perfect sneak. This has to be a Black Forest player. This has to be an old school Black Forest player. Come on. Sneaking the corner like that, sneaking the side like that, just out of range. Who enjoys Black Forest among our players here? Come on. That guy is 1 HP, just hit him. Yeah. But how are you going to wall out this archer's aggression? Oh. I do. Yuki confirmed. Oh, I'd forgotten about Yuki. Why is Yuki never in the chat? That's suspicious. Yuki was only here for the last quarterfinal cast. And was very excited about that set. Okay, maybe Yuki, maybe Thanatos is Yuki. I'll admit Zeus has some decent aggression going on here though. It loses the lake, but there were only 3 fishing ships here. However, Thanatos has assumed that corner lake as well. That is an additional food income. Panic Tower here from Thanatos as well. Is Thanatos losing it here? He's gonna lose villagers. He's gonna force Zeus to maybe sit underneath the tower, but you can't do that with skirmisher defense. Oh, quite a few archers going down here, but maybe they did get the value as well. It's 5-4 KD. I wouldn't. I mean, if not for the idle TC time here, Zeus could be quite in a good spot here, but it's lower for Thanatos, and that's the issue here. That's the issue. Only 7 seconds behind all this as well. Yeah, thanks to the Lithuanians. Fish food rolling safely in the back here, I guess, could keep your TC going. And it's a good tower as well. It does cover both the wood and the stone to some extent. So it's a good defensive tower. This stone wall is probably a hot-kill mistake, but looks like Thanatos has survived the aggression here and keeps killing as well. Look at the scouts counter-aggression here. Zeus 30 eco units, Thanatos 43. Actual villager count 35 to 27 as well. And Zeus doesn't have any spears. Zeus doesn't have any means to deal with the Doesn't have any means to deal with the Scout's aggression here. Good luck against Yuki next, Hoi, says Zeus. Deno, you're one of the few that knows both of these players, right? And someone claims Thanatos has to be Hoi, okay? I'll note that. Someone is completely sure that Thanatos is Hoi. Fine. I'll note that. Hoi denies this accusation. Yeah, you're here, so... Except this isn't live, so you don't have any excuses. Alright, score showing massive military lead for the Lithuanians. Beautiful Scouts counter-aggression there from the sneak. That Zeus still didn't spot, by the way. Sneaky, sneaky. We're gonna have to look for the sneaks here and save that for a Hidden Cup 3 to see who that might be. But yeah, Corp Zero, convincing win here. Has to be one of the properly high-rated players here, I guess. Yeah, maybe we should scout some Hoi games to see if double bit axis. One thing that gets delayed. 29-12 KD, pretty impressive. A resource collection comparable during all this. Feudal times, dead even as well. That's something someone who doesn't get double bit axe upgrades would say, Hoi. Just saying. And yeah, here's the APM charge to end it. GG, that's one. That's the first semi-final. We have one more to cast that hasn't been played yet. I'll have to get that when we have it.